Alright guys, welcome back to another operaomnia video where we are going to be talking about Porom's upcoming LD weapon. We're going to go a little bit extra in depth with Porom's kit and her LD ability and why it is an LD weapon that a lot of players have been saving up for a couple of reasons. One of the main reasons is because of future viability in terms of some upcoming Lufenia fights, not for the upcoming Transcendence fight, or not only for the upcoming Transcendence fight, but for future Lufenia fights, including some future Lufenia Plus fights. We're going to talk about all of that in this video. We're going to talk about her auras. We're going to talk about what she really brings to the table and why a lot of players are going to be pulling for this LD weapon. So, as always, if you guys do enjoy the video, consider liking the video and subscribing for future operaomnia content. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Let's talk about Porom's upcoming LD weapon. So first we're going to talk about Porom's LD ability and her party auras. Then we're going to get into her follow-up attack whenever she performs any type of ability. So with her LD ability, she recovers 50% HP to the party, and she also allows for 30% max HP overflow. She'll then recover Brave to the party based on 30% of their own max Brave. Then she will deal a 4-hit AoE Magic Brave plus an AoE HP attack. She will then recover Brave based on 20% of the HP damage dealt, and then she will do that AoE Magic Brave plus AoE HP attack once again. She also allows for 150% recovered Brave, max Brave overflow, and also allows for 180% stolen Brave, max Brave overflow, and she does deal split HP damage. She grants herself the framed buff, which is the party aura buff, called Twins Faith, to herself for 12 actions. Now, the Twins Fate buffs includes 5 party auras. So the party gets a stolen and recovered Brave max Brave overflow limit. So the stolen part gets a 50% increase in the overflow limit up, and the recovered part gets a 30% increase in the recovered Brave max Brave overflow limit up. The party also gets an HP regen. The party also gets a max HP increase by 20%. The party also gets Last Stand. So as long as the party or any of your party members has their HP over 50%, and if the enemy attacks you with a very heavy HP attack that will normally kill you, you will survive with 1 HP left. And to be able to take advantage of the Last Stand ability, you have to get said party member or members over the 50% mark of their HP, of the total HP value, so that in case you get attacked by a heavy HP attack, you will take advantage of that Last Stand ability from a party buff, from a party aura once again. So you got to make sure to do that, and I'm only saying this for brand new players. And then finally, when the party has their HP at least 100%, so full HP, no damage, no nothing, the party also gets an increase in Brave recovered by 20%. Now we'll talk about her follow-up attack that activates whenever Porom acts. So whenever you use any of her skills via her skill 1, her skill 2, EX, C65, LD ability, her Brave attack, her HP attack, as long as you have the Twins Fate buff active, she will do a following attack after you use whatever ability it is that you use. So how this follow-up attack works is that it reduces all enemies' Brave based on 100% of her own current HP. Then she deals AoE HP damage based on 100% of the total current HP of the party, and the own Brave will not be consumed. It deals splits HP damage, and it recovers Brave to the party based on 20% of the total HP damage dealt, and it cannot initiate chase sequence or inflict break. Her call ability does recover HP to the party, 50% HP to the party, and also allows for 30% max HP overflow. The call effects, which lasts for 3 actions: Stolen Brave, max Brave overflow limit 30% up, Recovered Brave, max Brave overflow limit 30% up, and then when HP is at least 100%, Brave Recovered 20% up. So now we get to the portion of the video as to whether or not it is worth pulling for Porom's LD weapon. Now, before I get into it, I want to remind players and tell new players as to what Porom brings in her base kit, meaning like her skill 1, her skill 2, and her EX ability. So for her skill 1, her cry ability, she has the defense down, which is an AoE defense down, so everybody will have that defense down debuff. And on the plus version, you do have a small chance to inflict confusion on the enemy. Also, she has a framed buff, which is a stackable buff that increases the party's attack up to a max of 50%. Then if we go on to her skill 2, which is her brilliance, I'm not going to say the first one, the first word of a skill 1, excuse me, skill 2, just because I am terrible at pronouncing things. With her skill 2, so the regular version provides a max brave up to the party with max, and it is stackable as well. It has stacks, I mean. So you can get a max brave up increase of up to 25% for the party. And then the plus version will give you something else as well. It will also give you the opportunity, but it'll only work if you choose one of your teammates. So it'll give you a framed buff to your teammate of an HP damage resist, which will reduce the amount of damage that is taken by 20%. Then if we move on to her EX ability also grants max Brave overflow to the party by 20% via her White Arcana frame buff, and also provides the party with HP recovery by 20%. Now, should you pull for this LD ability? In my opinion, and look, normally I don't tell anybody. I'm not the type of content creator that is gonna tell you guys, to like pull on like this weapon or pull on this weapon, because I'm more of like the person that would let you guys know based off of my experiences. So with Porom and her LD ability, it fixes a lot of like one of the biggest issues about her, because like she was a very slow character. Like one of the big pluses about Porom is that she provides a crap ton of battery via her skill 1 and her EX ability, if I'm not mistaken, right? And then with her LD ability, and now with her follow-up, she provides even more battery, which in turn makes it much easier, so she doesn't really need any help from any other character or maybe even card abilities to provide that extra little bit of battery. Now, that being said, with her LD ability now, she can basically carry herself, and with the amount of ores that she has now with her LD ability, she is extremely good now up until Lufenia Plus. Now, before you jump into conclusions, I will say that once we go into Lufenia Plus era, the brave reductions start getting very, very heavy. And what I mean by that, I mean like you're gonna start noticing that some of your party mates are gonna be doing like very to little brave damage. And so with that, Porom is one of the very few characters that a lot of JP players, including myself, used to counteract against those strong brave reductions, to be able to at least get some type of an increase against the insane brave reductions that we had to put up with when Lufenia Plus era got first introduced in JP operaomnia. So that is one of the reasons why a lot of content creators or a lot of players in general saw showcases, gameplay, anything, posts, whatever on social media or on YouTube, and just seeing how effective of a character Porom is against these type of reductions, against the insane reductions in Lufenia Plus era, which in turn made it to basically solidify our decision that, hey, that is a character that is a very good option, not just for the upcoming Transcendence event, but also for future viability. So for the next coming months, and I'm not talking about next 2 months or anything like that, I'm talking about for like the next couple of months, next like 4 maybe even 5 months. And I only say 5 months because, you know, in between that time there will obviously be other characters that will be coming into the game that will be helping out against like all of these crazy brave reduction. That doesn't mean that Porom is going to get replaced or anything like that. I'm not trying to say that, but you know, there will be other characters that will be coming into the game because, I mean, you know, it's a gacha game. So, I mean, it's obvious that things like that will happen. But if we take that part out, and if you look at everything that I have mentioned in this video, if you decide to pull for this weapon or Porom's kit in general, you will not regret your decision. I tell you this right now. She will be a tremendous help, not only in the upcoming Lufenia fights, but also into the Lufenia Plus era. Believe me when I say that when we got into the Lufenia Plus era, it was the most biggest pain ever. But using Porom really helped a crap ton. So and look, I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I mean, like, I'm just letting you guys know that like the amount of reductions is pretty freaking insane. So but with that, there's really not much that I can say. I mean, at this point, like, I mean, she's a great battery. She has party ores. Now she has that follow-up every time that she does any type of ability. My God, I can't talk. And just like overall, she is a solid character. And also she has HP overflow. And she has last stand in her framed buff via her her LD ability. So I mean, what else can you ask for? There is so much in her kit that, like, like I said, it's not going to be a waste of your resources. But anyways, though, that's gonna be it for the video. I'm over here sounding like I'm simping for Porom. That's gonna be it for the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys are gonna be doing for this upcoming banner. If you are gonna be pulling for Porom, or if you're not gonna be pulling for Porom, my God, let me know in the comment section below. But other than that, that's gonna be it for the video. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and I will catch you guys in my next video.